Good afternoon and welcome to another ROFFS Gulf of Mexico weekly ocean conditions update for the week of July 17th to 18th, 2023. We'll get right into it. As you can see, the conditions have changed a bit in the eastern and northeastern Gulf of Mexico. Notably, the main circulation clockwise of the loop current has dropped down to the southwest of Tampa, and we now have a sort of egg-shaped clockwise rotating loop current eddy in here. It is centered sort of between east of the Green Canyon and southwest of the Atwater Valley area. But this eddy, while it is now helping to create really good conditions to the south and southeast of the Mississippi River Delta, you have several counterclockwise rotating eddies on its northern and northwestern sides. This first one here, it's pulling nice blue water up south of the Double Nipple, over the Tuna Mountain 960 hill, and south of the Dorsey Sounder Canyon, Redfish Valley, Gulfport Valley, Chandeleur Valley areas, all the way down to the southwest, south of the Mississippi Canyon, towards the dump site, and all the way east of the Green Canyon. There's some really nice edges in there, south of Mississippi Canyon, north of the dump site, and all the way up the line towards the area north of the Tuna Mountain 960 hill and south of the Double Nipple. Now, the circulation of this eddy, and because the loop current has dropped down, it's also helping the green water to come out of the Mississippi River Delta, and that water is now getting pulled all the way out east over the steppes towards the spur, DeSoto Canyon, with some of it being pulled around the eastern side of that loop current eddy. And there's pretty much green water covering a little bit of a counterclockwise circulation and over the unexploded ordnance towards the nipple. There are some edges in there where the water is relatively cleaner, that will provide some action, but to the east now, the best conditions are over the far southern DeSoto Canyon, actually more out towards Lloyd's Ridge, towards the Lloyd's Ridge area, and offshore of Mobile, Pensacola, Destin, Cape San Blas. The water is not as clean as it had been earlier in the summer, although there is a large overall eddy here, helping this relatively cleaner water to move inshore. And there are some areas closer inshore, like I said, where the water is relatively cleaner, that are going to provide some action. Off to the southeast, to the west and southwest of Tampa, you still have a ton of blue water in there from 20 fathoms probably out past 100 fathoms, easily offshore. You still have a large counterclockwise rotating eddy centered out offshore to the southwest of Tampa towards the steppes area. And there's a lot of blue water off of Tampa. Good conditions, but the best conditions by far are to the south and southeast of the Mississippi River Delta. Some nice fish caught in the Blue Marlin World Championship last weekend in the Gulf of Mexico. A couple of clients, work of art, finished first place with 597-pound fish, and clients on the boat May came in third place, so congratulations to them. Moving to the west, out towards the in between probably the Green Canyon and over towards the area east of the Flower Gardens, you have a couple of eddies, a clockwise rotating eddy and a counterclockwise rotating eddy out here to the west of the Green Canyon. There's sort of a transition zone of blue-green water between the Green Canyon and over towards the area south of the Flower Gardens. But again, similar to the northeastern Gulf, there are some areas where the water is moving in a favorable inshore direction, and there are some edges where there's cleaner water over good bottom that are going to provide good action. Further over towards the west, have some big tournaments coming up this week out of Aransas and out of Texas. You have a nice edge all the way up the line. Blue water, large clockwise rotating offshore eddy that's helping this blue water up in here, offshore of Texas. It is inshore of 50, 100 fathoms up towards the Texas Canyon, all the way up to the Colt 45, angles offshore a little bit. There's a counterclockwise rotating eddy a little bit north of the Colt 45, and this eddy is helping blue water be pushed all the way inshore of the East Breaks towards Falcons Nest, Aransas Bank, Hospital Rock, Big Southern area, and all the way down over the ledges inshore, 30, 40 fathoms that are going to provide some nice chances on your way offshore. Out east to East Breaks, out towards east East Breaks and south of East Breaks, towards the 500 fathom hump, towards the hilltops, towards the dump site, all the way offshore towards the Crater Breaks. You have a nice edge of the northern, northeastern edge of the cleaner offshore blue water that's going to provide some good action. And you have a couple eddies in here towards the flower gardens, pulling blue water inshore, also creating good conditions. So there's a lot of good areas in the Western Gulf, a lot of good areas in the Eastern Gulf. Big tournaments coming up again this week. Be sure to call Ross 321-723-5759 to place your order. You can always order through email, fishing@roffs.com, or on our website, www.roffs.com 24/7. Don't forget to follow us on social media for frequent photo and fishing conditions updates. That is on Facebook and Instagram at ROFFS Fishing. That's about it for this week. We'll come to you again in a couple of weeks. And in the meantime, good luck to our clients fishing in tournaments this weekend. Tight lines and good fishing. Thank you.